Michelle and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about nursing school and why you should consider becoming a CNA before going to nursing school and while you're in nursing school as well. So like I said, I'm a CNA. I've been a CNA for since April really, and I work in one of the large hospital systems down here in Florida, and I love it. I've learned so much. I feel like I kind of really have a head start on nursing school because of my experience as a CNA. So I'm just going to lay out some pros and cons for you to help you figure out if you want to become a CNA before you start school or not. One of the pros to becoming a CNA or tech in a hospital is you learn how to chart. And charting is a huge aspect of becoming a nurse, especially a hospital nurse or any nurse really. Charting is super duper duper important, and just learning the system, learning the ins and outs, learning, you know, where you can find resources and stuff like that, learning how to communicate in certain systems can be tough if it's your first time using it. But if it's not your first time, and if you do it all the time as a tech in a hospital, then you're already ahead of the game. Another great thing about being a CNA is you learn how to organize your time well. As a tech, I spend a lot of time with nurses, and you know, you see a lot of things and you learn a lot from them just watching them and working with them, and they do a lot. They do a lot, especially in the hospital setting. They do so much, and they have to learn and figure out who they're gonna go to first, what meds they're gonna go to, who's gonna get the bath first, who's gonna be taken to this treatment next. You know, like there's a lot that they have to figure out in that 12 hours, in that 12-hour shift. So learning to organize your time and prioritize patient needs and patients, it's so invaluable as a nurse. Like it's such a great and important skill, and just learning that now as a tech has been very great for me, and I've learned so much about organizing my time so that I'm not, you know, running myself ragged all 12 hours of the shift. I feel like one of my favorite parts about being a tech at a hospital is the benefits. So my hospital is paying for my school, so I'm going to school tuition free, and my books are all paid for, so that is a huge weight off of my shoulders. I mean, this is my second degree, so the fact that I can go to school and not have to worry about paying for it out of pocket is just such a blessing for me and for both mine and my husband's pockets. It's definitely a blessing. And a lot of hospitals will pay for you to go to school. You know, hospital systems are huge and they've got a lot of money and a lot of competition. So a lot of the times they will pay for you to go to school. They'll even pay for your NCLEX. My hospital is paying for my NCLEX, and as I continue to get more experience at clinicals in nursing school, I'll be able to move up to a student nurse intern on a unit and do even more and get more pay. So there's a lot. Hospitals offer a lot because they need people, especially nowadays. Like, they're so short-staffed, sadly. So yeah, you really get a lot for working in the hospital. Okay, so we talked about the pros, and now we're going to talk about the cons to working as a tech in the hospital. And the con is a pretty obvious one, and it's that, you know, most of the time you're working a 12-hour shift, and it can be pretty long, drawn out. You can deal with a lot of difficult people in 12 hours. It can be pretty draining, especially when you're in school, in nursing school. Nursing school is a lot, and you're pretty much missing a full day of studying or doing schoolwork or even just resting after being in class all day. Yeah, so it can be pretty draining. Another con is you have to unlearn some things as a tech. So there's certain things obviously that techs do that nurses don't do or do. So I'll take for example falls. I was taught as a tech that if a patient falls, that you just leave them there and you go get the nurse. But when I was in class, they were teaching us that, you know, when a patient falls, you have to assess the situation, make sure that they can get up and get them back in bed, and just, you know, give them an assessment, make sure they're okay. And for me, I had to unlearn that, you know, okay, if I'm working in the hospital now as a tech, yes, I have to leave them there and go get the nurse, but once I become a nurse, I'm the nurse. So I have to, you know, go to them and take care of them and make sure they're okay. So that's just a small example, but there's little things that you have to unlearn once you become a nurse when you've been a tech. The only other downside I can think of is the timing thing, the scheduling. So for me, I have to work 2 full days a week in order to get my benefits, in order to get my school paid for, and yeah. So 2 full shifts a week is a lot. I'm in class 4 days out the week and clinicals 1 day out the week, and you know, I have church and other things, and you know, I'm married too, so it can be a lot. It can be a lot. So it goes back to that time management thing, you know, like you gotta really prioritize your timing, learn when's the best time to study, and yeah, but it's been really great so far, thank God. Like, I feel like this hectic schedule really pushes you to do your best and to really get the information crammed into your brain the best possible way. Like, studying has become so much more efficient for me. I feel like I'm so efficient in learning things and studying, and I'm acing my tests, thank God. Yeah, like I've gotten hundreds on my exams. I mean, this past test I got an 87, but it's still passing. And I feel like it all goes down to, you know, me just really having this pressure on me with school and work and life, and just really having to prioritize things. So those are my pros and cons. I hope that helped you out. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below if you enjoyed this video, if you have any tips for a student who's working while in nursing school. Yeah, just leave those down below for anybody else who might be able to see. But I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!